Welcome back, Dashers. Looks like we're gonna be starting off with this large catering order.
How?
Let me show you my acceptance rate. We have an acceptance rate of 2%.
What?
And we still able to get large catering orders. Let's head over to Chipotle and pick this one up. Now, if you don't know, according to DoorDash, you need to have a platinum status in order to have the best chance at seeing catering orders. But I'm here to tell you, DoorDash is, first and foremost, they are trying to make a profit. So they're not going to actually tell you everything you need to do in order to have the best chances. They're going to tell you what they want you to do so that they can make the most profit. And what I've come to realize is, I will turn left. What I've come to realize is it don't really matter what my acceptance rate is when it comes to getting catering orders. The thing that makes the big difference is how many dashes is out, how many orders are available, and how close are you to the orders, and how close is it to the time they need to go out. Just yesterday, I got 2 catering orders back to back, and that's because I had myself positioned in the right spot at the right time. Speaking of being in the right spot at the right time, we pulling up to Chipotle right now, and this further proves the point that I'm trying to make. I just declined like 10, 20 orders, y'all, sitting here. I just started my dash too. But literally, since I was in the right place at the right time, it didn't matter if I had a 2% acceptance rate or 99% acceptance rate. I was able to get this order because I was in the right place at the right time. Now, a couple things I do want to note. $10 for 5 miles. From my experience, those orders don't go up. Now, every single catering order ain't gonna be a banger. You should know that by now. You can even see catering orders that's upside down, meaning that the mileage is more than the shown payout. But catering orders also have a tendency to have tips on the back end, and they have a higher chance of hitting tip potential, especially if DoorDash has inaccurately given you the mileage. So let's go ahead and mark ourselves arrived. Yep, this is a top customer. How many items do they have on this order, and what's the pickup time? Well, the pickup time is 3:56, is currently 3:55. Oh, we got, you know what? I was expecting this to be one of those orders that go inside of one of those big old Chipotle boxes, but it might not be because this looked like just a nice size order for real. We got a kids meal, 2 grapefruit Izzy's, a large roasted chili corn salsa, a 3 taco combination, a build your own Chipotle rice bowl, and a side of red chimichurri. More than likely, this is gonna be an order that has a subtotal of $100 or more. In today's economy, it ain't hard to build up an order and the subtotal be over $100, especially when you take into consideration the additional charges that DoorDash charge on top of what the merchant is charging, just for you to have the convenience to place the order through the DoorDash app. You know, 7 items is all it takes for it to hit that $100 threshold. And if you're new to the DoorDash app and you see an order like this with a large catering banner or a, you know, catering order, large order, anything like that, that just means that the subtotal is over $100. It don't necessarily mean that it's finna be in one of those Chipotle catering box totes. I'm gonna head up in here, see what's going on. It look like they a little bit busy, but the pickup time is right now, so hopefully they got it ready. There go one dasher walking out with his order right now. You know, just those 2 bags right there could be over $100 worth of food. So you gotta realize, you can have a higher chance at seeing a catering order simply by knowing which merchants have a higher chance of 5 or more items equaling $100. I'm heading up in here now. Wish me luck. 3 bags, couple of drinks, 7 items. That's totally all it takes to trigger that algorithm and make it a catering order. Now this one ain't going that far, and even if it don't change, I won't be upset. But it just goes to show you, you know, and they actually had this order ready too when I got up in there. It goes to show you that being in the right place at the right time, knowing your market, and getting a little bit of lucky, it can start your shift off in the right direction. We are approaching our delivery, and I think I see why they did not want to head out. Look at all this construction they got going on in the middle of the road. Absolutely this crazy. Is why they didn't want to leave. I understand that. So let's see. I am looking for, I think it's going to be right here on the right. Damn, I can't see no numbers, y'all. Oh, okay, I see it. That is it right there. Man, I wonder if I can go around back. I tell you what, let's sit you guys right here in this pocket, and we can head on up here and make this delivery. It is a hand-to-me order. Maybe they got a back door. Let's just swing around her real quick, because you never know. Maybe they left me a message in the app or something. Tallest bush is my place. Yeah, that's gonna be no help for me. Can I get out right here? Yes. Okay, looks like I'm gonna be okay to park right here along the side. Let's get over here, hand off this catering order, and let's see if we get any additional earnings. Alrighty. Bag number 1, bag number 2, bag number 3. Oh, wish me luck. They're gonna be letting me start up a new one. Let's go ahead and do that, see what we get first. We are sitting over here in the Target shopping plaza. We not too far from Cracker Barrel, 54th Street, Drake's. We got a Dollar Tree over there, Deerberg's, Freddy's. We have quite a few merchants over here and quite a few places where we have a chance at getting some large orders. But I'm not opposed to getting a nice shopping pay either. Woo! Let's go! Let's go, let's go, let's go! 8 miles. Oh yeah, this is the kind of order I was hoping for right here. Let's set this down real quick. So we just got us a pro shopping order, paying $27 and 8.6 miles. 2 customers shopping at Deerberg's and then a pickup at Little Caesars. Looks like this might take us a full hour, but since we already basically at Deerberg's, ooh, and they got meat and stuff, but these are all easy items to shop for. Let's have a look. We got some ribeye steak, we got some boneless beef, we got some ground beef, lean, we got some chili, pasta, easy shopping, some cheese, some butter. Let's head over to Deerberg's to get this shopped, and that'll give Little Caesars time to make this pizza order. DoorDash has been sending me messages. Well, orders have been having messages on them talking about, this can make you a pro shop. I didn't see probably about, I'll take that. Thank you. I've seen probably about 5 or 10 of them so far. Thank you. Alrighty, wasn't too bad. Now we gotta check out. Looks like we're getting a grub pub. Not bad. 18 for 11. Thank you so much. Have a good night. You too. Alrighty. $103 at Deerberg's. Not bad. Now usually DoorDash wants you to get rid of the receipt, and today is no different. Discard the receipt. You know what? They had some Deerberg's brand Angus choice, and we had to do a substitution. You know what? Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. It's not like I'm chasing Pro Shopper, but I figured, you know, with this item count, it's pretty manageable to get all the items. So why not go ahead and give it the good old college effort and try to do it? And we did. We was able to find every single item. That means we will be back at Pro Shopper status after this order. And you know what? That's cool. But let's head over here across the street real quick and put in this portal code over at Little Caesars. Hopefully they got it ready, because all that time I took over at Deerberg shopping for this order should have gave them adequate time to have this pizza all the way done. Cross my fingers, hope it's ready. So let's see, how we gonna do this? I don't have no light in here, hold on. All right, pizza bag been verified. We good to go there. Let's see, do we even got it? Yep, we got a code on this one. And DoorDash is straight tweaking. I am about half of a mile from my delivery. I got a pizza order in the car and I got a pizza order and a grocery order. And they trying to send me this $4.25, 1.6 miles, 6 items at Aldi's. Man, you must be crazy, DoorDash. No, sir. We is doing only great orders. Let me know if DoorDash likes to send you add-ons while you heading to a customer drop-off. And let me know if you think that's a safe idea. We have officially been out for an hour and a half. We are at $27 and some change on this dash, $10 on the first one, and now we getting $7.25, 3.2 miles at Penn Station. And I'm gonna go ahead and take this. Should I take this? Yeah, it's 2 to 1 miles 20 ratio. We're gonna go ahead and take that. We got a 1.5 mile drive to Penn Station, so let's see, that might be $7 for 2 miles. It might have a chance at going up. Yeah, let's go ahead and knock it out. This cookie for me, the cookie for me. I ain't supposed to unseal it though. No, it's all good, I got you, right on. Dropped off, handed it to the customer. Let's see if $7 changed. Nope, it stayed $7.25. We got a $5.25 tip from the customer, $2 base pay. Bringing our total to $44. We're getting $5, 2 pickups, 1 drop off. Not happening. So looks like we still got about a good 40 minutes left on this dash right here. I'm seeing $34.70 on this one. $10 on the first one, bringing our total to $44. All right, we got $9 for 10.9 miles at Raising Cane's. 2 orders, 2 drop-offs. Not gonna be happening. That's an order right there that I advise you to stay very, very far away from, because those kinds of customers will cost you time and money. There is no profit to be made on an upside down order like that. And here goes another one. $10, 25 cents, 11.1 miles. Again, you have to have profitable orders in order to make money in a good time frame on DoorDash. We are currently at $44, and we have been out for exactly 2 hours. That's $22 an hour, not counting the gas and stuff we're using to make this happen. But still though, if you're taking orders like the ones you just seen, it's gonna be hard to even put gas back in the car after doing the deliveries, because you're gonna be using it all up on round trip getting back to your zone. Next order on the tally, we got $13, 25 cents, 3.5 miles, 2 orders at Raising Cane's. I know a lot of y'all out there will probably take that order. And you know what? Compared to the last 3 or 4 orders we saw, that's definitely not the worst one. So if you had to take that one, I wouldn't even be mad at you. We getting $11.25 for 5.6 miles. And supposedly this is a high paying order, but I'm not driving all the way down there. Estimated time 1 to 2 minutes. Hey, I guess it was true. We got $7.25, 5.3 miles, Pizza Hut pickup, and a Popeyes Louisiana kitchen. Listen, I don't care what zone you working in. It's a 99.9% chance that Popeyes and their employees in there is trash. So unless you're getting $30 for 3 miles, I wouldn't waste your time on a Popeyes order. Matter of fact, I think the last Popeyes order that I did was $30 for like 3 miles. And I ended up still waiting like 30 minutes. 82, 15 miles. Lots of long distance deliveries over on Grubhub. I've been noticing that lately I've been doing like 1 decent Grubhub order per day. And that's all they be having for me. You know, it's ebbs and flows with this gig economy. I'm pretty sure a couple months down the road, Grubhub gonna be going off the rails. DoorDash is sending me $8.75, 7.9 miles. Again, if you ever see Popeyes and it's not paying you 10 to 1 miles to money ratio, you might as well just call that an automatic decline, because Popeyes orders are notorious for being bad. The pickup spots be clean most of the time because there ain't a lot of customers in there eating, but they still somehow seem to take all day to make simple Popeyes orders. Save yourself the trouble and the headache and just decline those Popeyes orders unless they paying 10 to 1. Now look at this. We got 16.7 miles, Raising Cane's and China King. So DoorDash, when those orders that got high mileage on them don't get accepted, the DoorDash algorithm will think of a plethora of different ways to group those orders together, because at the end of the day, they trying to get these orders out by any means necessary and for the cheapest price available. And you got to make sure you not the dasher that's accepting that order at the cheapest price available. That's why my acceptance rate stayed down at like 4%. And as you can see, even with a 4% acceptance rate, 2%, 1%, I still can get catering orders. I still can get high-paying shopping orders. And it ain't no thing. Now we getting that same. That's a different Raising Cane's order. It got a little bit more mileage on it. But again, if I'm going inside of Raising Cane's, if I'm going up in Raising Cane's and I'm placing the order myself, that's going to be taking additional work and effort and additional time too. So you got to take all those things into consideration. You know, the estimated time is drop off by 6:54. I know Raising Cane's is fast, but what if they bagged up and they service? That's going to take you more than 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to have to manage your risk by knowing which merchants is quick, which merchants is slow, which merchants be busy, which merchants require you to use that red card. Is it going to be a long line when you get there, etc., etc. If it's one thing I will say though, it's a lot of orders out here. It is Saturday, so that's probably a big reason why it's a big influx in orders. And I do think the Trump administration is starting to be a little bit more giving when it comes to relieving those SNAP benefits for the people who waiting on them. Not that has anything to do with these orders we seeing right here, but consumer sentiment overall, if it's going in the right direction, it's going to mean an increase in orders for us out here, no matter what app you're using. But that $14 for 10 miles right there, that's not going to be an order that I'm even finna entertain. Would you take this order? $11.77, 7 miles, Charlie's Cheesecake, and Sakaru, Japan. Now here's the thing. Knowing your zone can be the make or break and be the determining factor if you're going to make money. Both of these merchants is inside Fairview Heights Mall. You got to go to the food court, walk up like 2 flights of stairs, find the merchant, go up in there, get it, walk out. That's a lot of extra work for you know, a barely decent offer. Listen, if you take that order, kudos to you. But for me, I'm trying to get the easiest and the most high-paying order I can with the time I have available. I'm not trying to be out here doing charity work for DoorDash. Now we are getting $16.73 for Wendy's and Charlie's Cheesecake. We getting a little bit better with the miles money ratio. Not quite at the levels where I like them to be at. But again, this is still going to be an order that I'm going to decline. And the reason is, for 9 miles, I need to see 26 bucks. You know, DoorDash, they got to do better for me with these stacked orders. I want $26, 9 miles, and then I'll take this stacked order. Other than that, it's going to be a decline for me. And then on top of it, one of those merchants was inside the mall, so you're going to have to spend extra time getting up in there. In case you haven't already realized, I'm parked right here next to Lowe's, Starbucks, and the Chipotle that I picked up that first catering order is right over there. So really, I'm trying to, you know, position myself right to see if I can get another catering opportunity. But realistically, any order that fits my parameters, if it comes through the pipeline and is looking good, I will be taking it. Let's see, we got 0.7 miles, 11 items at Snooks, and then we got to go to It's Just Wings. So this is going to be the order I'm taking right here. We getting our 3-to-1 miles money ratio. We getting, our item count is pretty low with 11 items at It's Just Wings. That's a great, 11 items at Snooks. That's a great item count. So yeah, we're going to be taking that. We're going to be knocking it out. And It's Just Wings is Chili's. That's technically right here. But I figured they would probably have me go over to Snooks first, shop, and then come back over here. If I go ahead and jump task, I can see that the pickup time for the It's Just Wings order is going to be 7:02. So they expect me to spend 30 minutes inside of, what's it called, Snooks, but it's not finna take me 30 minutes, I don't think. Either way, I'm finna make this 26 bucks, at about 70 bucks for this shift. So even if it takes me a whole hour, it ain't the end of the world because I'm already at 44 bucks. Let's go, head to Snooks. So it wasn't quite 30 minutes on that shopping order, but they had some stuff they needed out of the deli, had a case of water, some tissue. So it still took us about 25 minutes. But we are now at Chili's. Hopefully we can grab the next part of this order. Let's see. You guys got somebody coming to pick up? Yeah, we got orders. So we got orders. I just hope one of them mine. Hello. One of those for Connor? Connor? Yeah, not looking good for Connor. Alrighty guys. We end up dropping off that Snook shopping order first. Because the people at Chili's, people at Chili's was so slow. We got the Chili's order and we dropping it off now. Front door service. So now we can go ahead and confirm this order if we got any hidden tip activity. I'm glad I did it that way because now I'm still close to the merchant. Give me another order. Bing, bada boom. First things first though, let's get the seatbelt back on because we will be rolling out as we confirm this order. See, the order went up. Let's go. It went up by a quarter. It went up by 1/4, y'all. That's wild. So we got $61.45 on DoorDash. We are now at the 3-hour mark. And a $10 on my previous dash. So we actually doing okay. Let's see, I got a 9-minute drive back over there. I might get one more order. We got enough time to make it over there and accept the one. And if we do, I'll let you guys know. Altogether, we ended up having a pretty decent night. Started out with the Chipotle order, catering, ended up being $10. So $10 even for our first dash. The second one, $61.45. $26.75 from the It's Just Wings order. Penn Station order was $7.25 and the Deerburst order was also $27.45. So pretty good for the second part of our shift. And with the third dash, we got that one single Chick-fil-A delivery that you see me picking up right now. And that was the end of the night. You know, it probably was a few more orders I could have got on that evening and came out with, but we decided to call it quits right there. Almost 80 bucks that we made. So you know what, at the end of the day, as long as you hit your goal, made your profit, it's a good shift. But